Slovenia in blue serving, Japan in white receiving. It's match day 5, game number 1, week number 2 of the Men's Volleyball Nations League here in Burgas, Bulgaria. Side out start, Japan.
And a crisp start as well. Good tempo on the pipe into the space. And Slovenia aren't switched on from the first moment. Larry will get them off to a quick start.
Well played, Mijanovic. That's a nice confidence booster for him. I'm not saying he's a confidence player, but he's a young player. He's still finding his way, and to get a first swing and a point is always a good feeling, isn't it? Now he gets to serve. Again, the middle's running well at the moment, Japan.
Mijanovic didn't get the rhythm on the toss right, so we end up with perfect situation. Gawa in on reception early on.
Here comes Miura. Whipping that one in. Well played, Brachko.
Had to almost reach back to play this ball. Had a little bit of work to do. As close as he would like to the net.
For once, Ogawa doesn't make a dig. Is he feeling all right?
I'll have to go and ask. We'll get Dave to check midway through.
Good work. Japan make their side out.
Kovacic makes such a difference into how Slovenia can operate inside out. That's a lot of calm to the group.
It's a nice commit block from Sato to stop Gozimernik, but Slovenia still have a chance and still going. That looked like it didn't touch the block, but it must have done. Well played, Iro. Net touch by Slovenia to end that rally. No, it was touched, but not in the block by Sedge. He didn't make a net touch in the process of that block. There was no questions being asked by Slovenia about it anyway. Decent pass. Nice swing. Mijanovic using his height.
A good confident swing, knowing that he has the advantage over the block and can swing deep corner. Tomita, who's usually really excellent at those decisions when to chase to the corner. It's too far for even him.
He's running a bit of a semicircle, wasn't he, instead of just planting and diving off at the angle. He just waited a fraction longer. He could have gone on a straighter line, maybe. Ha! Well played, Iro. Even with Stalakar kind of reading it, he wasn't quick enough.
It's the difference with Iro as opposed to Oya on the court. Just a little bit more physicality at the net. And Slovenia wouldn't have talked much about Japanese setters wanting to attack the ball that much.
I should think it was the last thing that was on the list to talk about. Over on 2 with the front court setter.
Good swing by Miura. I think it'll be second last on the list. The last would be Oya's hitting tendencies, because he's had a swing at a couple.
Yeah, Oya's hitting tendencies. Anything over the net. Sato. Don't think he's made that one. Mozic. And this is it. Suddenly, my eyes gone to the scoreboard. It's 7-3 Japan. And as a result, Slovenia called timeout.
Hey guys, the target of the serve is clear. Float serve is very clear. Step in front. Starting position. Your starting position. They are serving in 5, probably shifted in 4. So ready to go there like this. You have the possibility to set back. When you have double plus reception, they are following you and play back.
Quite a measured timeout by Fabio Soli. a couple of moments where Slovenia didn't look completely engaged in what's happening, and now they're 4 points behind. Adjustment has to come in reception first of all. Rokmozic clearly the target. So Kovacic and Brachko will look to lighten his load.
Sato serves again. Just didn't get his weight in the right place, Tomita. His neutral position was still back on his heels. This is why he can't make the touch. But he was moving, wasn't he? Being as stable he was and didn't move at all, he would have made that dig. Koninsic will have to think about what he's just done next time round, but he's got an offense to organise now. Rotation one. High rotor serve, both teams moving into the same rotations, one after another. Excellent work. Fun fact, Sasho Stalakar was a former handball goalkeeper right up to 2012, but then he grew too big. He was too big for the goal, and they moved him into volleyball.
Too big, he'd fill up the goal, there's nowhere to score.
I'm sure that Slovenian volleyball are very happy about that decision that he's not with Slovenia handball.
Slovenian handball's lost his volleyball's gain, but the gain at the moment is pretty much the Japanese side of the scoreboard.
Slovenia just haven't really clicked into gear yet. Siding out's been okay, but serving's not brought a lot of pressure. That defense hasn't quite cut it.
And the difference between playing yesterday and having a day where there's a little bit more control in the schedule for Japan may be the difference in the early stages. Slovenia have narrowed the gap to 3 though.
Larry will serve. Sato, Tomita, Miura all in at the front row. And 3 front row options plus the pipe. Slovenia have to come again. Good work that from Kosemernik. He created the one-on-one, and Bojanovic over Tomita is a no-match mismatch. He did quite well to get some any kind of touch to that, Tomita. Bojanovic with the serve. Not quite.
They toss a little closer to the hitting window this time. Bojanovic ends up really square on or side on, but he's hitting across his body a lot on the serve.
That is an excellent serve. Miura strikes. 12 plays 7.
And Kovacic steps in to take just a small part of the court. Mijanovic is taking the meter on the sideline.
He can't swing like that. He's got to get that more in front.
Cut it in front. Yeah.
Productive for Miura. An ace and an error. That's okay. A 4-point advantage, which could be 5 if Japan can side this out. Brachko to serve. Oh, what a block. Mozic shuts down Miura. Oh, yes.
The choice to go hands to the line. Coaches are okay with it when it works. When it's not, then you have some explaining to do.
That's working well for Japan at the moment. The speed at which they're putting the ball in. You just got a little glimpse in of Chile not happy with the passing. He won't want them backing off the pass. He wants them shoveling it in, baggering that ball up. And in to Airo. You may have heard bagger being used by the Italian coaches speaking in English. It's another word for passing that is used.
Quite a few European languages here. Bugger is the dig, or the action of digging. So the translation from English ends up as bugger. And often you'll play a bit of buggeroni as a small game at the start of practice.
Four-point lead still for Japan. Kosemernik. He usually gets his jump float going for a good set and a half before he brings in the top spin. Well played, Mijanovic. He's doing okay.
And a good find with Otsuka still on the floor. So no effective block position. Mijanovic can pick his spot. 110 kilometers an hour. That is a strong swing.
Catch ball against Airo. He's not going to get away with that.
Once bitten, not twice shy. Sasha Stelika aware that Airo wants to put that ball on the floor.
You just got a glimpse then of Lauren Tilly not happy with that call. It doesn't matter what he's happy or not with. It's a subjective call. Referee's decision is final on catch ball and 2 touches. Well, there's no 2 touches unless it's being sent over the net. And actually, we haven't even had any of them called, and we've seen plenty of them. Double touches, ball going over the net. Seems like it's just play on regardless in that department, which is fine.
Otsuka works the smallest blocker on the floor. Kamencic makes good position. But has to reach so high. He loses control of the hips at the end. He's reaching so high. Can't control with his core.
Slovenia just creeping back very, very slowly here. They're to within 2. Kamencic back to the serving line. Another whole rotation has gone by. Great pickup. So is that. Gawa, both the Libros working hard. Mozic. Gawa's ready and waiting. But there's nobody deep enough for that one. Otsuka is the man blocked, but he'll feel that maybe that should have been kept in play. It's gone all the way to the baseline.
Slovenian block starting to get their rhythm against the Airo setting choices, working well across the net. It's enough for Lauren Tilly to call a timeout.
Try, if you can. Good service here, play outside. And they are following you, so try to play like this. Okay, that's it. After you are playing good. Yeah? Let's go. Hey, let's go, guys. Continue, huh? Go.
This is exactly what that timeout was about. Making sure that Airo is thinking about what the Slovenian block is wanting to do against him. It shows how quickly teams at this level can figure out what a different setter is trying to do, how they can lock into the game plan, the ideas the setter's trying to execute. Half a set in, and all of a sudden there's a need for Airo to change a little bit of what he's doing. Planisic will get us back underway.
Lovely. Both Mozic and Stelika thought that was coming over.
Airo out of the front row and serving for Japan.
It's a bit tight. Mijanovic recycles that very well. Good up by Planisic. Japan have a chance. Miura does well not to go under the net. Oh, it's tip-tastic at the moment. But Someone has to stop tiptoeing around here and get on with it. Will it be Otsuka? No, it won't. It's Mujanovic with the block.
The Slovenian block has got it rolling in the middle part of the set, making some really good choices, timing well, forcing Japan to try and take too much risk. Great decision by Janovic and great finish on the triple as well.
That's a huge serve. And an incredible swing from Miura over the top of the block.
A fearless swing. It's not a situation where he has much of a timing advantage off the block. Goes strong at the top of the Brachko block, finds the court.
Great pick up from Iro. Not getting past Stanikow. He's 2 meters and 14. But you can get off the arm of Mujanovic. That's good work from Tommy to the captain.
We've seen a couple examples already in this game of how good players are becoming at recycling the ball from difficult situations. It's not just the push off the front of the block. There's a variety of techniques players are now employing.
Great cover. And that. And for once, Larry does the right thing and doesn't put his pesky hands in the way. Yes, well played, Mozic. Was he close to that 3 meter line? He was, but did he toe it? No, he didn't. No one's challenging it. Oh, he's well behind it. That's a great swing.
A positive there for Slovenia as it shows that Rok Mozic is connected to what's happening on the court, not getting himself out of position.
Too easy for Kozemernik.
This play from Larry is a jump away, or they're trying to get him some movement, and he's just not high enough above the net. Kozemernik can follow with him.
Well, not only that, he's jumped away, but then he's hit it back to where the block is. That didn't help.
Does make it a little bit trickier.
Nice. What we get to see when we see Miura swing and then Tomita had that little block out is how quick the hand is before the block is finishing what it's doing. So you've got to match it or you're going to get tooled every time.
Miura has picked the matchup that he wants. He wants to go after Brachko, and he has put himself in position to do it multiple times already.
That is the speed of Kozemernik. He's in early. He's not in quickly, he's early, and that's the key, isn't it?
And he knows that he doesn't have time to get all the way through this ball. It's a really quick pop set from Klanincic. Still finds the deep part of the court.
Oh dear, that's going to be trouble. And it is trouble. Mujanovic getting that jump serve wrong. There's no way that he's intended to do that.
It's the second time he's got caught with the ball dropping low on him. He has to, long in front as well, that he has to just roll the ball into play.
Yeah, I mean, that's easier than a float serve, that one. It's got topspin on it. You can see exactly what it's doing. Slovenia have called a timeout.
A lot of balls when Uroš is in front. Uroš, right on the ball, and you go for tip. We can catch tips, we cannot dig line, probably.
VPs slowly adjusting their earlier prediction. And it's very much in the balance on the court as well. Fabio Soli talking about when is time to really push and be aggressive for Klanincic, and when to use the options at his disposal. If he's got Rok Mozic front row, let him just work over the top of the block. Be aware when Miura is front row, which he's not now because he's about to serve.
He's always full send on his serves. Miura.
His technique is so consistent, he can be almost every time.
That's not far away. He went for that earlier on, and it took a little bit off of it, and it was a very good serve. He's added a little bit of extra juice. Doesn't land in. Change there, Otsuka out, and it is the new boy, the reserve player this week, who's now in Rikuto Goto. Get to see what he can do. 24-year-old. That's cover. Not sure Slovenia knew much about it. Well played, Kozumernik. That's on the side of, oh, straight arm from Mozic. Tomita, no, it's going to make, yes it is. The dig doesn't stay in play. And Japan take that point.
It's a net touch anyway, but Tomita comes flying out of the back row. Great recognition of the situation, launches at the ball and finds the space. That is a great play by Shoma Tomita to know what is happening on the court, where the options were for Japan, and making sure he was available.
22-19. Tomita with the serve. Oh, it's a great serve. Well, that must have gone outside. That must have gone through the antenna. I cannot believe that that was dug from where it was dug and went over the ref's head. But anyway, they've got the point. It's an ace serve, but I was expecting that to have been whistled the moment it was touched. Let's have a look. How wrong was I? No, I'm not wrong at all. That's gone through the antenna. That should
it just takes a second for the message to get through to the screen.
That's fine, but the referee, if the referees are constantly relying on that screen and not using their eyes, then that can be an issue. They've still got to be able to blow. You don't need to wait for that to know it's through the antenna.
I'll get the call right in the end. And we saw previously with the referees watching different parts of the game, trusting that the technology will work. There was a net touch on Simeon Nikolov where if the first referee was watching the ball, they wouldn't have spotted the net touch. But the second referee should have been watching the net anyway.
It was the second referee who was watching the ball and not doing their job of watching the centre line and the net, which would have meant we didn't even have to go to where we ended up with that particular play. That is an ace serve. Well, we've been
nattering on about
chuntering away. And look at this. 2 in it.
Goto, his first reception one, he would rather have again.
He's going to get another chance, and he doesn't like that one either. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I feel for him. I really do.
There's not much of a way through that Slovenian block.
No, there's no way out here.
That is Sasha Salika all over it.
And it is all over and out for Goto. He's gone. Otsuka's back in.
22-23.
Indeed. Where does Kozumernik go this time? Otsuka deals with that. Oh, well played. Planinsic, great reactions. That's a great up from Brachko. Free ball, though, for Japan. But that's well played because it means Miura can't have a swing. It doesn't stop Otsuka having the swing, and now it's set point for Japan.
The common idea in these situations is to take out the opposite or the setter, the right side player, and force one option. But that plays into the hands of the smallest block of Slovenia still being involved. It's almost worth you try and tip on position 4 and slow down the play there.
Akito Yamazaki is on to serve.
Vibes guy, Yamazaki.
Can he bring it? Oh.
Well, he didn't bring it, but he did send it.
He certainly did.
And he sent it very long. He, maybe in golfing parlance, he caught that one a bit fat.
Yeah, you could have definitely watched a movie on that flight. Look at it.
It's a strong float serve. Unfortunately, not what he intended. Planisic serves the ace at 23-24 down. First set is going to extras.
Unbelievable. What is going on here with Japan? Oh, no, Tomita, you're the captain. Lead by example.
It's your ball. We continue to play, guys.
Okay,
We have, hey. We have our own responsibility. We have to take the ball, we have to take. Don't guess. Hey, let's go, guys.
I think Tilly was as disappointed as we were with that one, with his reaction just before we went to that timeout. He cannot believe that they have let that ball hit the floor like that.
Wow. The use of the phrase "take responsibility" is probably the key one there. Don't guess, he's also very important, but take responsibility. Otsuka and Tomita are two of the senior players on the court right now, and they need to be able to do their jobs and free up everyone else to do their jobs as well.
Good save. Ooh, careful. It's too tight. Mijanovic deals with it, and it's set point Slovenia. This is incredible, unexpected, but also delightful.
And they may have timed their run absolutely perfectly. Been behind for the whole set.
Planinsic to serve. Set point Slovenia. Well played. That's what I love about Japanese outside hitters, is that he's shaped up for that cross and he has whipped this to the line, keeping that same position of the body just over the shoulder. It's great to watch, but it is Slovenia with the advantage. Iro back to the serving line. Oh no, Mijanovic one-on-one, and he's tried to avoid the block, and in so doing he avoided the court.
He's normally really good from position 4. We've had a rogue buzzer apparently.
No, they're challenging for block touch here.
Much to the surprise of Fabio Soli.
Did he want to chime out? Doubt it.
Rotation 1 for Slovenia is not the most difficult. Rokmozic is a pretty good hitter from position 2. Mijanovic a pretty good hitter from position 4, so they're not compromised in the way that a lot of teams are.
In fact, look at it, Miura is almost as high as Mijanovic. That is some block. For a guy who's 190, same height as me, he leaps.
You used to get that high though, Coach.
Oh, yeah, I did, but that was when we played in black and white. Set point then for Japan. And they've done it! Oh my days! Well, unscripted. By 1-0. Great up. Ogawa loves that corner, because he knows Rosic loves it too. We'll have to go with the power tip to get it done.
The story of Rokmozic's game so far in attack, he's just having to work really, really hard. Japan's done a great job positioning the block and defense to stop him and try and put the onus on someone else from Slovenia to carry the scoring load. I don't think Ogawa's going to receive this ball from Sasha Stalico.
He's got to go over the three players. He's got to go over Miura and Larry and get it to Otsuka. That's the best place, which is what he's done. Good up. Well, look at that. That's interesting. Planinsic not wanting to go to Mijanovic, who was closest to him, but it may well pay off here. It goes back to him now. Great up by Ogawa. Well played, Otsuka.
Otsuka finds the score. The choice by Planinsic is with Mijanovic. He's off the net, he's at 3 meters, so to be looking up for the ball coming from outside the court has very little frame of reference. The easier choice is to get the ball to the net, let the player have a lot better feeling of what's in front of them, where they can play.
Incredible rally.
There is some research, though, as to, on high ball sets, what is the right choice once the ball leaves sort of 4 or 5 meters. Generally, short distances to go.
Planinsic. Takes Otsuka out of the attack, but Miura can fly in. Oh, Mozic. What a swing from him.
Off one step. I'm not sure there's too many better hitters in the world. Maybe Micheleto is probably the only player I can think of off the top of my head who off basically one step is as good as Rok Mozic.
You've got left enough space. Well done, Larry. That's more like it from Mijanovic over at 4. Is this going to be another set that gets into the 20s before we have any clue where it's going to end up? And still have no clue. Oh, yes, Miura finds one in that hallway of hesitation. Kovacic couldn't deal with it.
He's normally such a competent receiver that he's trying to really help out. Mozic shapes towards the seam. It's a pre-serve communication error.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because you still want to be staggered if you can, but it's so often you're not. And then when you're on that same shoulder line, it's so easy to flinch away or not commit. Oh, good at Miura. Mozic couldn't get a full swing. Oh, yes! Oh, no.
Four contacts. A little bit of pinballing around.
Oh, it's called for 4 touches. 4 touches?
Well, the first contact after the block movement did pinball a tiny bit. Off the chest of Kazimernik.
Oh, okay. So it was a touch below the height of the net on the way down. That was touch number 1.
Yes.
Well played. Nice work, Planinsic.
Keeps it in front of Mijanovic. And Sato doesn't get the timing right. Goes a little bit too early and is rolling away.
But again, look, I mean, why are they... There's only one place that ball can go, and yet the block was still late.
It's the desire to use the swing block rather than the shuffle there. Players feel like they can get that little bit higher rather than being neat.
And then they're that little bit late. They're not closing the gap between them and the net. And it's kind of bad if they're not doing the shuffle step.
It's not kind of good. Kind of good, though, is Kenta Miura keeping going on the block of Rok Brachko.
He's going to make his day as difficult as possible. Lovely touch. Oh, yes. Was there 3 blockers then? Well, there were certainly 3 people somewhere near where the swing came from. But Otsuka found the minutest of gaps. Oh, God, it's gone over the top of Brachko again.
It's the left-hander Brachko reaching towards the hitter that opens up enough space. Brings his hand from the highest point down across, opens up the space.
That's huge. So I think, and please, you're the expert on this, when you get a scenario with 3 blockers and then you're chasing it wide, if all 3, even if there's a gap in the block, there's a massive gap with that one, that's a free swing, great hit. Even if you've got gaps in the block, if all 3 blockers go straight across the net,
there's some physics at play there, yeah.
Then you're going to take away those gaps.
Yep.
Particularly on an angled shot like that. But Otsuka, with that body angle, then was able to come around and then try and get that then in those gaps.
Yeah, if the block is, the seam's open.
Planinsic wasn't aware where his other blockers were, thought they might catch up to him. But he needed to shuffle across inside a bit for that one.
Brachko gets blocked by Iro.
Uh-oh, Iro!
And in the middle part of set 2, Japan have a 3-point lead, but will have to keep an eye out at 6 points to 9. It is number 9 entering the game for the first time this week for Slovenia, Dejan Vincic.
A little bit of a vintage feel to this team now. What is Dejan going to do here? Great up. Oh, we got a attack line fault. You're all right, Otsuka, he says with the second rep. It's like the wind you could. How much from Mijanovic? He's took a little extra step. Oh yeah, he's miles over that.
The dotted line is continuous. Even though there's a space for Mijanovic to put his foot through, you have to keep your foot behind the line. That will be a Slovenian timeout. Down 6 points to 10.
That we are suffering. It's not new, this situation. Stay focused on our plan and go on to play. Okay, go on to play, full power, fluid. Hey, push, 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 push. Hey, don't look the score. As we said many, many times, don't look the score. Try to do our best, and that's all. Okay, ajde, yeah, go, go, go.
Ena stvar, ljudi, disciplina, ljudi, disciplina.
The fact that there's so many coaches who always say, don't look at the scoreboard, focus on our side of the net, take it 1 point at a time. As Japan ease ahead on the Winnie P.
Is that more like yada, yada, yada?
Well, it just shows how hard it is to do.
Yeah.
That to stay switched on, everyone connected, everyone focused, everyone doing the things that they're trying to work on in practice from start to finish is really hard to do.
Oh dear. Brachko couldn't get control of that. So those of you that are passers and are new to volleyball, maybe learning your trade, in this situation, it's not like a regular volley. He's tried to almost volley that like a regular volley with his wrists, and it's too powerful a serve. You've got to keep your fingers stiff, your hands stiff, and you're attacking that ball. But it got a bit low on him, and then he's tried to manipulate it.
You can really just try and shove it towards the setter.
Yeah, there's no double touches. You just can't catch it. Oh, this is going great for Japan. Larry. That's exactly how he blocked it.
Luka Maruc into the game for Slovenia. Facing with Brachko.
It wasn't a great pass from him. He's probably going to get it again here. That's better from Mijanovic. It's Otsuka's responsibility to line up the block so that Larry can get in and get into the zone where he can make the touches. So if Larry's apologising, he must have been in the right spot, but didn't then put his hands where they needed to be. Unlucky. Well, certainly from Larry's perspective, felt he was in the right spot. Which is two different things, isn't it? When you think you're as a coach, you're like, where were you? I was where I was supposed to be. Have a look. Oh no,
no,
no, you weren't. Where are you? Oh no,
not
I wasn't.
Let's agree to disagree on that one.
Iro. Bit of confusion for Slovenia. Free ball, Japan. 4 attacking options, all moving simultaneously, and it is off the block and away from Miura. And just for those of you who are watching, every now and again, just take your eyes off of the ball and watch the movement of the players, particularly in free ball situations. You get to understand exactly how difficult it is to play against.
Rokmozic is having a torrid time in attack. Japan is out to a 15-7 lead.
Timeout Slovenia.
We have to find something where we can start again to build our performance. In my opinion, we need a little bit more aggressive in reception. To push the ball higher, like this we can play maybe some tempo. Okay, when we have the possibility, be aggressive, be valiant, push the ball high. Like this we can start again with our side out. We need
I got it, I got it, I got it. Ooh, where you come from?
Not the first time he's been caught looking at the lights.
What is going on with the players? Oh, they're just saying, yeah, you're in my way. Was I?
Oh, you weren't until I got there.
Oh, dear. Just too far away from Tomita.
Mozic has really only found success down the line. His 18th attack, just 4 points. Unusual numbers for a player of his quality.
Stradica with a serve then for Slovenia. They're a little bit behind at the moment. And that's a gift for Japan. Otsuka back to the serving line. That was a tricky one. Murjanovic is difficult to stop actually on that approach he's got. He's kind of going from in to out. And then he can easily hit that line or bring it back inside, can't he?
A player who probably did that the best of anyone was Atanasievich. He had a really inside-out approach and could choose his spots really well.
Miura, magnificent.
It doesn't matter if it's the Brachko block or the Mozic block. Any rock is not enough to stop Miura. Kovacic gets the position right, can't get the arms together in time.
Vintage going with the platform set, quick ball. But it's just not happening for Slovenia at the moment. The rhythm isn't there, the timing isn't there. And they're not getting much luck. Great pickup, Kovacic. You're going to do nothing trying to roll the ball on Japan. Oh, is that not a double touch? I honestly, it's full Slivka.
Slovenia really struggling to find any coherency in the reception. Everything becomes hesitant after this. They don't have that confidence that the ball's going to be where it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be there. Once one skill backs off, then the next skill, then the next skill. Now service is backing off. Block is starting to look hesitant because Japanese reception quality is good. Incremental increases in pressure.
An 8-point lead, Miura to serve. Murjanovic finds a way through.
He's probably the only Slovenian player at the moment who's been able to keep ticking over. Even for him, not easy work.
Oh, that is a lovely cut from Tomita.
He keeps the wrist and hand really stiff and just chops the ball back past the block. He does a great job getting his feet underneath. Doesn't go for power, just beats the block. Lovely shot by Tomita.
And Tomita gets to serve. That's more like it. Luka Marot finds a way through. Sting of it taken out by the net. Sato up and down before Stalekar can move. Stalekar's 2 meters 14. Do his hands stay high, or do they drop down and give even more room for Sato to have the swing?
The timing differential as that ball gets closer to the net, it takes a little bit quicker. It gets there a little bit quicker than the blocker probably thinks it will from the setting position.
Good touch.
Oh!
That is ridiculous. Oh, it's gone against.
Yes, he's banked it in off the antenna.
Oh, what a shame.
If you call bank first, I think you can get, no, you can't get away with calling bank first. It's an audacious effort though.
Oh, that's so unlucky. It's only just clipped it, mind. But what an effort. That would have been the shot of the VNL.
And Rokmozic has missed the overpass, trying to go on the sharpest possible angle and miss the Iro block.
Yeah, but Iro's in the back row. He's not allowed to block it. And Mozic hasn't realised that. All he had to do was just push it onto the hands of Iro and he'd have had the point.
And Slovenia will challenge for a block touch.
Actually, maybe, no, sorry, Iro is in the front row. He's now gone back to the back row to serve it. He was eligible to make a block.
It's a set where not a lot has gone right for Slovenia. And very little has gone right for Rokmozic today. 21 attacks, only 6 scoring, combined with 2 errors and a block, may be adjusted as a result of this challenge. Stojanovic has scored on half of his 22 attacks.
Oh no.
It's nothing but tape.
Look at that, Iro's like, no, you're not getting my elbow. That's out the way.
Well, I'm not sure he saw what was going on. He was about, it's probably a pretty scary position to be in. But the tale of today's game for Rokmozic.
I didn't saw the picture.
He wants to see the replay, but the moment has passed. Get back underway with an Iro serve.
21-13. This is where Japan definitely need to make sure they do not lose their focus here and allow Slovenia back in, like they did in set number 1. That is such a good touch. Another opportunity here for Japan. Well played Tomita, he's now out of the attack, has to go to Otsuka. And he just tidies it all up. 22-13.
The difference in quality of first contacts that each side's able to generate. Japan find themselves, even though it's at 3 meters, that they have control, they can play fast in both directions. For Slovenia, it's a scramble, it's a ball that they are setting without precision. The scoreboard reflects this.
Well played, Larry.
Great
Japan
set.
now, they're in full flow, aren't they? And really enjoying what they're doing.
Iro's looking a lot more confident. It's a more aggressive set choice, but it's a really quick decision and commitment to the move by Iro. Allows Miaura to work with the Slovenian block, not penetrating the net.
Iro's serve. Well played, Mujanovic.
He keeps chugging along, but needs someone to join him.
So good. It's so good. It's set point Japan. Great technique as well from Tomita. Full arm swing, full extension, drives hips through, and the arm follows. Otsuka now will do a similar thing from the serving line. Oh, that was nice. That was really nice from Slovenia and Morocco.
Doesn't seem to matter which Slovenian players are on the court, how they use the first tempo pipe play and the different variations they can use in it. It looks good no matter who does it.
That will do it. A tip for the point, for the set, and a 2-0 lead for Japan. (27-25), 25-15. Is there anything left for Slovenia in this match? Are they done? Japan really are playing some lovely volleyball, actually. Liking what Iro's doing a lot.
He had a little moment in the first set where it looked like Slovenia had figured out what his idea was, and he's taken a moment in a timeout with Laurentili. He's got the idea back together, now looking a lot more fluid, a lot more expressive in his setting.
2 errors from Japan, that's good.
Just 2 errors, 3 blocks, 2 serves, getting it done across.
And look, Slovenia from 6 blocks to no blocks, from 2 aces to no aces.
And the reception quality really struggled to provide any consistency for them to have a platform for their offense.
It's going to be interesting now for Fabio Soli whether or not he sticks with the team that left the court, or does he bring back Planinsic? Does he bring back Grachko? Does Tonček Stern get a run out, or does he say, no, you're done for the week? Lots of decisions to be made. Right now, both coaches engrossed in what they have to do. However, we will get to hear from both of them very shortly. These are the attack zones then for Japan at the moment. They're using Miura a lot, and then the ball outside off with a tough serve. But that's Japan all over. They work out a system well. That's how they play their volleyball. Well, let's head down to the court. We've got Dave Rogers, who is ready and waiting to have a chat with Fabio Soli. Take it away, Dave.
Thank you very much, Clayton. Tough set, tough game. You said at the beginning you thought it might be. So what's the plan moving forward?
The plan is to accept the challenge, to accept the situation where we don't have a lot of energy in our body, using our head to stay in the court, to play, to suffer, and to try to win this set with our volleyball. That's all. Good luck. Thank you.
The message from Fabio, so the use of the phrase suffer. There is a wonderful interview that you can see from a Slovenian cyclist in the Tour de France, Mate Mohoric, and he talks about the willingness to suffer and that everyone has to suffer. Who's willing to suffer that little bit more in the right moment?
Well, talking about the right moment, is it the right moment now for Japan to go on and get the win? Let's find out from Laurentili, who's with Dave.
Thanks very much, Clayton. You're in a very good position here, but things change very quickly in volleyball, so how are you going to stay there?
Yeah, continue to play our game, stay on our game plan, and stay focused. But we know that they can come back immediately for 1 or 2 balls.
Any changes to personnel for the third set?
No, nothing special. We continue.
Good luck.
That was done and dusted. We're into set 3. It's Japan leading by 2-0. Good work. Side out, Japan. They're on the board first.
And changes for Slovenia. Clemens Shen into the game along with Tonček Stern. Vintage continues with Stalika, Mijanovic, Kovacic.
It's not quite made it. Stalika got a little bit too far in front of Vintage then. I can't help it now. That's all he's going to be known as to me, is Vintage.
Dejan Vintage.
I mean it in the nicest way possible, Dejan. Don't have a go at me. Good save. Oh, it's unlucky. He's been done for reaching across, so they're going to have a look at this. Did he touch it on the side of Japan?
I think Dayan might be protesting on the grounds of, I can't get that high anymore. No, we do jest with Dayan. We love him. He's one of the great characters and a huge emotional presence in the Slovenian team. He's here for a reason. And one is because he's a good volleyball player, but two is because he's another one of those players who really shows the identity, the DNA of Slovenian volleyball. They've gone through so many trials to get to this point.
A player who accepts the challenge. Oh, that's close, and that reel should be reaching. Because we can see that ball is beyond the antenna at that moment, and as it's beyond the antenna, I think that will be called as reaching.
One finger.
It's that fraction
One
of the ball,
finger.
but a fraction
It was
is enough.
visible. It was
And
visible
so
here.
we are
Really, this is
unsuccessful
not maybe
challenge by
not so
Slovenia,
good
which
solution.
means it is
Yeah.
reaching beyond the net. I think it's pretty much impossible to have the ball break the plane of the net and you not break the plane of the net to bring it back. (3-1) Japan. Delicata serve for Slovenia. Mior is great. He's such a quick player, right? But it'd be so easy for him to swing and get blocked, swing and get blocked, swing and get blocked, but he's always changing what he's doing. That is exquisite. That slice to that line in the moment and the time he does it in. Good at Ogawa.
Ogawa again with the dig down the line. And it just provides so much confidence in his teammates that the ball's going to pop up. They can really play an aggressive offense no matter where they are on the court.
Oh, it's lovely. It's all done in his legs. It just soaks all up the pressure of the ball. And Mijanovic gets the side out here. But more is required, though, from Slovenia.
That has been the story of the day. Slovenia just fits and starts. No coherency in what's happening for them on their side of the net. And that is a delightful chop down the line. Little roller past the block into the open space. Flicking the fingers of Tonchek Stern.
Thumb up, and it's thumbs up right now for Japan. Well done, Stern. Well, it shows as well, in these changes that Fabio Soli has made, he's not given up here. He wants this, and bringing in Stern, bringing in Clement Shen, and bringing in and keeping Vintage on. But it's not really changed much at the moment. 7-3 Japan. Mijanovic getting involved in the passing unit.
And the Japanese players stood in a circle like the blocks of Stonehenge, watching that one hit the floor. Possibly debating the origins of how the blocks got there.
That looks a little bit catchy and throwy, actually. But hey, it doesn't matter what you look like. The referee said it was fine. Miura strikes again. Miura is coming into this match the 11th highest top scorer in the VNL with 100 points. 87 attack points, 4 block points and 9 aces. Moving into the top 10 after this game, that's for sure. Top scorer at the moment in the VNL is Marlon Yan of Cuba. 137 points he's got, 114 attack points, 13 block points and 10 aces. Oh, That's lovely. That's right on the baseline.
An excellent reception from Otsuka as well. Chooses his platform angle earlier and gets his lower body into position of strength where he can really hold the platform, deliver the ball that he wants, and finishes it with a beautiful shot down the line.
Touch. Oh, that's excellent, actually. That's the one area where Otsuka can sometimes come undone.
He tries to go for something a little bit fancy, but again, chisels off the forearm of Dejan Vincic.
That's really good peripheral vision being used.
Timeout. Nice Slovenia.
Hey, guys, what we say? Now we are not suffering a reception, and we have to suffer a reception because we don't have receiver in the court, and we have the ball in close to the net. We are not scoring. We have to be valiant, guys. Valiant to stay in VNL. Valiant. Valiant. Vinco, chiudi la lì, close the line, close the line. Fast ball, high ball, close the line. Go.
That's the first time I've heard the word valiant used in a timeout, let alone 3 times. It's an interesting word, that bravery that they need to have, that fearlessness, that willingness to fight for the cause or the idea that they're pursuing.
Maybe they need to be like the knights of the round table, because the round volleyball is causing them a few issues at the moment. And more issues. Ace serve. 11-5 Japan.
Lemon Shen getting caught in 2 minds to come forwards and take the ball in their hands to make the angle with the arms. Feet getting caught flat. No ability to bring that ball back into play, and Sato will continue serving.
No, he won't.
Oh, he will serve, just not effectively.
Yeah, not anymore. He's done. Great pass. Well done, Larry. Otsuka went a little steep. Thought maybe he could squeeze that through the block. But it's a good recycle. And Japan lead by 6.
The speed in transition, it just puts so much pressure. Stalika doesn't have time to make a choice. It's a reactionary jump. Larry has the timing advantage.
Pinballs around. Slovenia have another go. Mujanovic. No way through. Mujanovic again. Now he does find a way through. This change-up for putting Stern back. He's come in as opposite, but Mujanovic in through the outside just to try and get that little bit more height, a little bit more power. It's worked on this rally.
Take a break just for the moment.
Serving us up. In comes Kuzic. Well played that from Miura, nice and sensible. Suka changes the speed of the ball.
Otsuka is having all kinds of fun with the Dejan Vincic block.
Oh, you are kidding! What a dig by Ogawa! And that's not, oh, is it made it? They're calling for a touch then. Who touched that? Someone, no one's complaining.
Hands have gone up from the Japanese players. The first ball from Vincic. This is the ball Ponchek Stern wants. Fast, flat, get him close to the antenna where he can pick his shot.
Well done, Neo. Just going to go circle back to that last play, everybody. And the fact that Slovenia were complaining off the dig from Magawa, the touch that was made, the double touch. But what's so cool now about this testing rule is the fact that we've had that incredible dig and we get to the rally to continue because it's been kept in play. It goes back over. Slovenia have advantage because Japan can't make anything of it, and then they win the point. And that's what we want to see with volleyball. We want to see positive outcomes. And as little referee interruption as possible. Well played, Mujanovic.
There was no Japanese block to interrupt the swing from Nick Mujanovic. He has been ticking along pretty well for Slovenia. Their top scorer so far in the game.
Nick Mujanovic. God, how did he get that over? That's a great block. That's more like Slovenia.
Now finding a little bit more momentum, a little bit more energy, some of that bravery that Fabio Soli was asking for.
It'll be Miura to the serving line then for Japan. 5 points ahead. Not a chance. But Stern always going to be the favourite to win that point.
It's the fastest way back across the net. Shen with a really good recycle play, and the control allows everyone else in Slovenia to have a fraction more time. And then Vincic can go faster Stern. One-on-one.
That's an ace serve from Kozimernik. He's been just waiting for that moment to bring in the hybrid and catch Japan too far up into court.
Former hour hybrid brings up a French timeout.
Attention, don't
Japanese
too
timeout.
close. Middle blockers with the 25. When you are good block, you push behind in a block. No, keep the ball with us. Try to keep the ball with us, okay? So aggressive and leave the ball and keep with us. Because they are playing like we are doing now. Pam, 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 pam. Okay? Right, let's go. Hey, now, 10 points. Everybody on the ball. Ready.
MEP adamant that this one is going Japan's way. The French coach of Japan, Laurentini, addressing the different philosophy they need to take in block. When the ball goes out to Clement Shen, that they're not expecting him to attack strong, that he is just going to try and manage the situations, be low error, and then let Mujanovic, let Stern, let Stalika find a way to do the scoring options.
Where does Kozimernik go here? Just back to the floaty. Oh, got to look up. It's so difficult, mind, but that's the first place you need to look at times in the block is look up.
Now, when you don't know where the ball is, look up. It's generally, if you can't spot it within your first look, it's probably above you. Stalika probably not scoring too many points because which is on in his place.
Good save. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
It was a magnificent dig because once more, the ball from Vincic to Stern is fantastic. Miura makes the first contact and then composure from Otsuka.
That's a big serve. It's an ace serve. It's a great performance from Japan. 18-12 they lead.
Huge response out of the timeout. It looked like Slovenia were poising themselves to make a run. Japan find two really good breakpoint plays. One with a defense, one with a service. And it's 6 points the gap.
Another big serve. This has to go wide. Chance here for Japan. Oh, well played, Mujanovic. can't find a way through. And then when they do, Ogawa with his trademark dig. And Japan take the point. I have never seen any other defender defend the way Ogawa does to get his legs out behind him, like he's suddenly diving at it, but diving on the spot.
Otsuka has done such a brilliant job manipulating the Slovenian block today. He's been able to chip off the outside, this time worked strong off the cross-court angle. Big foot fault by Nick Mijanovic.
Yeah, he couldn't get out of the way of that, could he? No one was helping him. 2012, we've reached the Olympic scoreline, and it's not looking good for Slovenia.
Center line forward. Yes? Yes. Yes, center line, yeah. Center line, Cisco. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Center one, now whistle.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Confirmation the challenge. It will be a centre line fault.
Yeah, it's not a tack line. No, he wasn't called for that. He was called for coming under the net.
Unless Nick Mijanovic's ability, or has a hidden ability to do a soft shoe shuffle, I think that one is not in doubt.
I don't know that one. I know the Wall Street shuffle.
Also the shoulder. But there is not a fault. Oh, and now it's a fault. Now it's a fault.
Super
yes.
Bowl
Now
shuffle,
it's a
Tiger
fault.
Bears. Lido shuffle, there you go. Boz Skaggs, that's a tune.
Yeah, that's, Miles. And,
the other one.
Yeah, for good measure.
I mean, if you're going to do it properly, but do it safely as well. And that's why that rule is in place. Yeah. Japan is looking like they are safely moving towards a 3-0 victory. Shoma Tomita serving at 20-12 up.
New from Nick Mijanovic.
Never got the rhythm right on his approach. Fabio Soli will use his second and final timeout.
And if you don't get it right, rhythm's going to get you.
Hey guys. Next ball. Just to build one side out. Each detail is important for us. Also the attitude that we will have in this part of the set. Probably the match is lost, probably. Maybe not, but probably yes. The attitude that we are putting now in the court can make the difference for the future.
That last phrase, the attitude that we put into the court right now can make the difference for the future. It's not just about what happens today, it's about when you go back to the training court next week, when you think about your next opponent, who are we? What do we believe in? What are the values that we have as a group? Mijanovic will take his rest from the game. In his place.
Brachko
returning, yes.
Brachko's in. Tomita serving. Stern. Nice pass. Good up by Kovacic. Don't think that's caught anyone. They're saying no. They're going to need to challenge this.
The only challenge available is...
Although they haven't got any. They've already had. They're all out. They're all out of luck.
It's worth trying for a third. See if you nice that one does. Tomita does manage to avoid that one.
Yeah, Tomita's the one.
No.
Vintage can't keep complaining. You've had your challenges. There are no more challenges available. And it didn't touch anyone, actually. We just we got that view.
Once more, Shoma Tomita on the pipe attack, moving forward in transition. He gets himself into this play so well. It's a big overload. Burgas touches the net anyway.
Really driving through it, isn't he?
And he gets back around. He's not running away from the court there. He's still running on his approach towards the court.
Oh, what a dig, Miura. Oh, Larry! Larry.
Look up, Larry.
Tilly can't believe it either.
It's a miraculous dig.
Where's he going? Play in the now, not in the next. Oh, naughty boy. Side out required to bring up match point for Japan. Not getting it just yet. Oh, yes, what a swing from Stern.
Once more, Stern gets gifted a one-on-one. This time converts. That is a half swing to stop Tomita on his heels.
Not to be with that serve. And it's now match point for Japan. Staved off for the moment by Kurzic.
Kurzic has made it through a whole front court rotation. Now we'll serve again.
Still going. Now, a great opportunity for attackers. They're in system, in transition, and that's it. Otsuka puts it cross court. Japan take the set 25-16. They've beaten Slovenia by 3 sets to nothing. A great finish to week 2 for Japan.